There's this thing that we have to talk about. We have to talk about how a lot of people, maybe you, maybe even sometimes me, maybe other people, are not thinking about how difficult it is to compete and win and create a preference inside your dream client's account, whether you're doing a competitive displacement or whether you're coming in and they've decided to change and they're going to interview a bunch of people. Welcome back to the vlog. I want to talk about competitiveness because it's so important. And I want to give you a couple thoughts about this. I think that because we've made thousands of sales calls and we know how the call is supposed to go, and we know exactly what the conversation's probably going to sound like because we've heard it before, and even though we probably have the right solution before a word ever comes out of the client's mouth in many cases, because we get to see things 1,000 times that they get to see once in one company, that we go in and we go through the motions. I think sometimes it's like people going in, they're punching the clock. I just clocked in for work and now I'm going to make my sales call and then I'm going to punch out. But that is not how you play the game. It's not how you win. And I think it's important, and let me be the person who reminds you right now. This is a contest. This is a zero-sum game. Somebody wins and somebody loses. In fact, everybody else loses. But I don't know that we pay enough attention to how do I show up for that meeting? How present am I? How prepared am I? Am I creating a competitive advantage? Do I have the insight? Am I sharing some sort of knowledge that makes them better? Do I understand how to help them get the result that they want? Am I controlling the process for and with them so that we're getting the stakeholders in and collaborating, all the things that I wrote about in the Lost Art of Closing? I don't think that we pay enough attention to these things because I think we're just going through the motions. We do this, they do that. We do this and they do that. But what I want to remind you of is that when you leave, your competitor comes in and they get to do the same thing that you've done in many cases. And they might be doing it differently, and they might be doing it better, and they might have a competitive advantage that you haven't yet recognized. Your job in every interaction is to play to win, and that means your job is to create so much value that your dream client only wants to work with you. They say, this is the person I prefer. And the person sitting next to them says their price is 11% higher than the other guy. And they go, it doesn't matter. These are the people I trust to do this, and they're going to create more value. Let me show you what I've learned by working with them. All of these things are important. And I know you don't want to do a sales call plan. I know you don't want to put forth the effort. But putting together the plan and saying, this is how I intend to create value, this is what I need to be reminded of to create a preference. And I know that there are people out there telling you relationships don't matter. And at the same time, you're hearing I need to care deeply about people. And I'm just going to remind you of two ways the market's getting pulled. Super transactional, you don't care about me, I don't care about you. You don't care about me, I'm going to leave for a lower price or when somebody else can do something different because I've got no skin in the game with you because you've got none in with me. And remember, as a salesperson, you go first. That's how it works. The second thing is you've got to create a massive preference. How do you create that preference if you're not known, liked, trusted, smart, credible, reliable, all these things? If you're not accountable, if you're not resourceful, if you don't take initiative, all of these things matter. And the reason I wrote the first book, The Only Sales Guide You'll Ever Need, is because there's a lot of competencies necessary now. If you want to play the game to win, you have to have all of them at some level, and you need to work on them all the time. So remember, this is a zero-sum game. It's a competition. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and you know what? We should have a contest here, right? We should have a competition. Best comment below gets a signed copy of both books, and hit subscribe. This is Even in the Green Room every day.